Do you think Aaron Banks or Dre Greenlaw will be on the field this Saturday?
I asked Banks about the knee, and he said that it's getting better. He
Ooh.
definitely moved better around, just walking around late in the week than he did early in the week. Early in the week, he looked like in a lot of pain. But I don't know if that means he's ready to play football.
I know
So I
getting
don't know.
better sounds like the worst thing you could say because it's almost a given, right?
Yeah, I
It's a
mean
given.
exactly.
Yeah,
But I mean,
of
it's like,
course. Yeah,
is he getting better to the point where he's ready to go on
right.
the field? I have no idea. And I
It's
would
not like you said I
say,
feel great.
yeah, he did say, he said he was feeling better.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. So many of these offensive lineman injuries, you wonder sometimes about it as far as these guys just go out there like hockey players and just try to endure. Can they, but
Sure.
you got to move around. So they
Right.
do have
And it's a playoff
Brunskill.
game, so a lot of times they'll push themselves even if they shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My guess is Banks won't be ready and Greenlaw will. That would be my guess.
Yeah. I did concern me a little bit the left side of the line without Banks. They gave up that pressure early in the game on like a stunt. I don't know. Maybe it's just because Brunskill hadn't been out there on the left side. Maybe he'll be better next week if he has to play. But I think they were better with Banks out there.
JJ
And
Watt was playing. I mean, watching the film again, JJ Watt was playing with, all the emotion and everything he had. I mean, he didn't leave anything. He didn't leave anything in the toolbox, man. He just let it all go. It was a rough day for Burber. It was a
he
rough
was
day.
so good. JJ was great. He was really
Yeah,
great.
JJ's a monster.
Let's talk about Greenlaw though. If Greenlaw doesn't play in this game against Seattle, are you concerned?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Greenlaw is just clearly their.
So
I think
good.
he's an All Pro player, and he's
Yeah.
not even make the Pro Bowl. But I mean, in a lot of ways, they're very fortified. Now, the neck injury for Flanagan Fowles is also a concern because that kind of thins out the group.
That's right.
But Aziz is a starter, man. And I think if Aziz played every game, he'd be a terrific player. So that's where they're really deep.
Where do you see the real difference between Aziz and Dre Greenlaw?
That's a good question. I think Aziz is a little bit more. Well, they both had come up with big hits. I would say
That's true.
Aziz is a little bit rangier. Greenlaw is a little bit more natural. Going sideline to sideline, but
Mm.
as far as like he can get through the traffic a little quicker. But Aziz is just he sees it and there's no hesitation. They're both just top tier athletes.
Tell me,
I
this is
don't
what
know. I
I
mean,
see.
go look at Greg. If you want to look at something that's impressive, go look at the number of tackles that Aziz Al Shair had in college. It
Wow.
was a crazy amount of tackles, like 400 and something. I mean, he's truly a incredible football player. Well before he ever put on a 49er uniform.
I feel like Dre Greenlaw is better in coverage, and not like man-to-man coverage necessarily, but like stopping the checkdowns. He's the guy that's flying to the flat and hitting that running back as soon as he gets the check down. Like that's not Fred, that's not Aziz, that's Greenlaw. Greenlaw makes it like pointless to throw screen passes and checkdowns against the 49ers. But when he's not out there, I feel like you've seen the last couple of weeks David Blau and Jared Stidham have some success, like just throwing little passes in the flat, maybe play action bootleg, stuff like that. And that doesn't work with Greenlaw out there. So I mean, and that feeds into Geno because Geno all he wants to do is check the ball down. At least that's my impression of him. So if Greenlaw's not out there, that might work.
Greenlaw
A little bit.
also breaks down perfectly every time. Some guys break down perfectly a third of the time. He breaks down perfectly every time. So when I say that, I mean like he doesn't miss tackles. He absolutely stripe on a stripe. Guys, when he hits them, they just don't move. He's very consistent. The play of the year to me, if you wanted to talk about the play of the year that nobody talks about, was the little hitch that Miami threw to Tyreek in the flat, and Greenlaw was inside the tackle box and was sprinting out to the flat, and he got there in like 3 strides and closed that down. I mean, like a really, really fast safety, except he's 245 pounds.
Yeah, Greenlaw moves so fast and hits so hard. I like wince, and I think sometimes it just looks violent, and sometimes refs just throw the flag. It's like, you can't do that. Excessive hitting.